Hi, this is Lynne Jacob of MLJ Coaching International, where I help businesses, and most especially the people in them, get the fun back, which causes your profits to simply triple, almost effortlessly. So, what I want to talk to you about today is what I would say is the second most important strategy of my 7 key strategies. Okay? Today is strategy number 7. Get a life outside of the business. Love what you do and do what you love. After all, that's why you even got into business in the first place, isn't it? And then amazingly, somehow along the 5, 7, 10-year mark, people get out of touch with why they ever got into business in the first place. And if you find yourself there from time to time, not even all the time, but from time to time, then we need to talk, because you don't need to be there anymore. It tells me that if you're feeling like, oh, God, this isn't fun anymore, that all you need is to be identifying where the holes are in the foundation of your business, where the cracks are in your foundation. So we plug the holes and we purge the cracks. In fact, one of my clients who's been working with me for several years now says, okay, I need to get back up on the roof and take a look down at the foundation again. So while I'm giving you an analogy of the way in which my clients get the benefits out of working with me by focusing on the fun, by focusing on filling those holes and purging those cracks, then what I want to share with you today is something that came up recently in one of my conversations with our clients. So, you've probably heard of a tagline before, and if you haven't, that's okay. I call it your promise. What is the promise that you make to your customers? Okay? Now, this young couple included in their promise of what they make, the promise they make to their customers is, and it will be a pleasurable experience for you to deal with us, more or less. And so I asked them, how much pleasure were they having every day in their business? Why? Because you can only serve to others that which you possess. For example, you come into my restaurant and you want some outlandish dish, and if I have it, I can serve it to you. If I don't have it, I can't serve it to you. Simple as that, right? So, with this couple, if they don't feel a lot of pleasure in what they're doing in their business, they can't serve that up to their customers. So that's all they have to focus on, right? Is getting that pleasure back into their business. How do you do that? Well, you focus on doing the things you love to do and loving the things you're doing. Okay, so how do you do that? You focus on having a ton more fun. Yes, that's all it is. Totally. Now here I am in Vegas today with my trade contractors clients in the year-long program, and when we get started in that, the very first workshop that we have for that, I choose the location because these are all new people coming together, and I say to them right then and there, okay, you guys get to choose the next locations and make sure they're fun. So the next one was on the ocean, and this one is in Vegas, and the next one in January is in the Caribbean. So to add to that, I'll talk about that in a bit, but we're going to be having another event happening in the Caribbean, and it may be just perfect for you. So stay tuned for that. Join us in the Caribbean, will you? But to get back to strategy number 7, having fun, I help people focus on everything that they absolutely need to do in their business, and getting the fun into what it is that they absolutely need to be doing in their business. So in a nutshell, what I want to say to you is, if you're not taking at least 2-week vacations and at least 4 trips a year, then your fun factor is probably pretty low. So here's your exercise. Score your fun factor. I've very recently spoken to a couple of people where I'm listening to their story about their business, their 10 years or 15 years in business, how they got to be where they are, what all the problems were that recently caused them to be in such a dilemma. And I simply asked them, May I ask you a question? A very personal question? Yeah, okay. What's your fun factor right now? It sucks. It's below zero. That just breaks my heart, because they didn't get into business to not have fun. They didn't get into business to be serving others everything they've got and have nothing left over for themselves, for their families. And actually, these people are identifying that they have numerous C customers in their business. Well, how can that be? Believe it or not, these people are creating C customers. We could say they're attracting them to them too, but they're probably taking really good, solid A and B customers and turning them into C customers. Why? Because they don't have the fun to offer up to other people, because they don't possess it. So strategy number 7 is get a life outside of the business. Love what you do and do what you love. And if you're not loving what you're doing, and if you're not doing what you love, then because you are the backbone of your company, I want you to just imagine for a moment the last time you had some back pain. What did your whole body feel like? Well, if you're not having a lot of fun in your business, unfortunately, because you are the backbone of this creature you've given so much of your life to, then your whole company is feeling the pain in its backbone. So give me a call, 613-353-9941, and let's have a chat. If you're a trade contractor, we want to get you into the Trade Contractors Business Strategies Training and Coaching Program, where we're down here in Vegas having a ton of fun. Or if you're not a trade contractor, then we want to get you into the Your Success to the Power of 3 Mastermind program that starts in the Caribbean in January. So as I say, give me a call, let's have a conversation. You may not be ready for this program, either of these programs just yet, but you may be. So let's have a conversation, we'll figure that one out. Talk to you soon.